Every week, we meet parents who are completely exhausted from trying everything. Behavior charts, dietary changes, different therapies, and yet their child is still struggling. Transitions feel impossible. Sleep is a battle. Sensory overload leads to meltdowns that don't make sense from the outside looking in. And when they go searching for answers, they're given labels: ADHD, anxiety, autism spectrum. Those labels start to stack up, along with appointments and bills. But no one is stepping back to address what's actually underneath all of it: a nervous system that's stuck in chronic stress. We call this busy brain syndrome. This is for the parents who feel like their child is wired and exhausted at the same time. The ones who melt down over small things, can't settle at night, struggle in school, and feel like every step forward in therapy is followed by 2 steps back. You're not imagining it, and you're definitely not alone. We recently saw this in our office with a 15-year-old who had spent her entire life in a constant state of overwhelm. Anxiety, sensory challenges, emotional ups and downs, and she had never truly been able to calm down or sleep well. Her family had tried everything, but no one had ever looked at her nervous system. The first time we made a gentle adjustment to the top 2 bones in her neck, the atlas and the axis, it was like someone hit the pause button. For the first time in almost 15 years, her system slowed down. That's not a miracle. That's what happens when you finally address the foundation. Because this pattern often starts much earlier than anyone realizes. Research shows that stress during pregnancy, specifically elevated cortisol, can cross the placenta and directly impact how a baby's brain develops. That means a child's nervous system can be wired for stress before they're even born. From there, the nervous system continues to develop under pressure. Your child's nervous system has 2 main modes. You can think of them like a gas pedal and a brake pedal. The gas pedal, the sympathetic nervous system, controls fight or flight. It's meant for short bursts of stress, not something that stays on all day. The brake pedal, the parasympathetic system, largely controlled by the vagus nerve, is what helps your child calm down, sleep, process emotions, heal, and connect. In kids with busy brain syndrome, the gas pedal is stuck down. Their system is constantly on high alert, which means their capacity is already maxed out before anything even happens. So things that might feel small to you feel overwhelming to them because their nervous system has no room left to adapt. And this doesn't come from just one thing. It builds over time. We call it the perfect storm. It can start during pregnancy when stress begins shaping the developing nervous system. Then birth, especially if there were interventions or a difficult delivery, can create stress in the upper neck and brainstem where the vagus nerve is most vulnerable. Then early childhood layers on even more. Frequent ear infections, antibiotics, screen time, environmental stress, busy schedules. Each layer adds more stress to a system that never fully got a chance to regulate in the first place. And over time, that shows up in very real ways. Sleep becomes difficult, kids can't wind down, their minds race, their bodies feel tense. Communication can be a challenge because their brain is too overwhelmed to process and express clearly. Emotions feel big and hard to control. Meltdowns happen over things that seem small, and it takes a long time for them to recover. Sensory challenges show up, covering ears, avoiding textures, or seeking constant movement just to feel regulated. Even social development is affected because a brain in survival mode isn't focused on connection, it's focused on protection. This is also why we see many families feel stuck in therapy. OT, speech, behavioral therapies, these are all valuable tools. But if the nervous system is still stuck in fight or flight, those therapies are working against the underlying problem. It's like trying to push a car forward while the parking brake is still on. Everyone is working hard, your child included, but something is still holding them back. That brake is the nervous system. This is where a neurological approach changes things. Using insight scans, we can actually measure how much stress is locked into your child's nervous system and where it's creating interference. Then, through gentle, neurologically focused chiropractic adjustments, especially in the upper neck where the vagus nerve is most affected, we help restore communication between the brain and the body. When that foundation starts to shift, everything built on top of it begins to work better. Therapies start to click, progress becomes more consistent, Your child finally has the capacity to regulate, learn, and adapt. If your child is stuck in this cycle, the meltdowns, the sleepless nights, the sensory struggles, the therapy plateaus, that doesn't have to be the permanent picture. There is a path forward, and it starts with the foundation. You don't have to stop anything you're currently doing, but it may be time to look at what's underneath it all. Myself, Dr. Liv, and the team at Lighthouse Family Chiropractic in Mount Pleasant use neurologically focused chiropractic care to find where that stress is stuck, measure it objectively, and help your child's nervous system find its way back to calm. So everything else you're doing can finally work the way it's supposed to. Click the link in our bio or send us a DM. Your child doesn't need more labels.